at least for the main part, it is going to be a live thing that isn't like 2 FPS because I'm not playing video games. Anyway, so, mate, the 14th Doctor has been announced. I'm probably going to butcher this name. I've never heard the name spoken, but it looks like it's pronounced Ncuti Gatwa. Again, probably butchering that pronunciation. Sorry, he's not going to fucking watch this, let's be honest. But if you are for some reason or somehow watching this, I'm sorry, I probably butchered your name. But yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, he's the geezer that's Asa Butterfield's mate in Sex Education on Netflix. Well, at least that's where I watch it. Admittedly, if you watch it on some pirate websites, you do. I shouldn't be saying that. I should be saying no. Watch it on the legit websites. Don't. Whatever you do, don't watch it on MovieBox Pro or 123. Actually, don't watch it on 123 movies. That's rubbish. Oh, fucking tangents, gotta love it. But yeah, so I've seen the first season of Sex Education. Watched that ages ago. Second season, I think I've been starting to watch. I still need to sort of catch up on it though, I will admit. But from what I've seen, he is a good actor. He is a very good actor, a very competent actor. We've seen that Russell T Davies can really fucking pull off Doctor Who. He's launched it. He launched it back. He renewed it. Of course, he's going to be able to do he's shown that he can do a fucking brilliant job before. I'm not going to jinx it. I'm just going to keep that out of it. But I personally believe at the moment, from what we've seen in the past from him, that he's probably going to kick it out of the park. Spoiler. Warning, trigger warning, all that bullshit. Mainly to the twats on Twitter that think, or the twats that were on Twitter that are fucking leaving in droves. Good job, Daddy Elon. Free speech advocate now. I appreciate you, man. Basically, I'm going to be giving my opinions on Jodie Whittaker and her run as a Doctor, as well as Drift Chibnall, and they're not going to be favourable. So, if you don't like people that have that opinion, feel free to skip forward an hour. No, it'll probably be like a few minutes or so. So just skip ahead. Skip ahead until I go like that. There you go. Next time you see that, just skip ahead to that. Anyway, and again it's live, so that's not anyway. Yeah, so basically, boys and grillers of all barbecuing sorts. One word to sum up Chibnall's run as showrunner and Jodie's turn as the Doctor. Abysmal. Abysmal, or any other rubbish name like underwhelming. You could literally think of any really kind of negative connotation and basically say, yep, that sums it up. There was some good, I will admit. There were some moments I enjoyed. Then again, if you take a crap, a big ass crap that literally fills to the brim of the toilet, and you get some sweet corn in there, that doesn't mean that it's now edible poo. it still means it's all poo and horrible and nasty shit, right? It just happens that there's some sweet corn in it. Very, very vivid image. I'm sorry in advance. But you get the general descriptor there. Yeah, most of it was crap. I watched that fucking one that's just gone, the Sea Devils. Wow! How you have a previously established character that's fucking iconic. Well, not iconic, but it's previously established and it's pretty well known, and you fuck it up. Fucking hell. You might as well give them little fucking broomsticks and pointy hats, go as they fucking zoom off into the fucking flying Dutchman or whatever, right? Jesus, how? How do you mess that up? Seriously. Like, you're giving the recipe to success there. You're given the keys, handed it to you on a silver platter. Like, Russell T Davies setting up, like, spectacularly setting up, you know, the first bit of Doctor Who with, you know, with Christopher Eccleston bringing it in and bringing it into the limelight again. And David Tennant just shooting it off into stardom. It's skyrocketing it into the limelight. And even Stephen Moffat as well, or Moffat, I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but I'll say Moffat, right? Anyway, yeah, even Stephen Moffat, right? Literally with like fucking, with Matt Smith, you know, youngest Doctor apparently, at the time. Fucking Peter Capaldi. You know, Peter Capaldi, I mean, varying, different people have varying opinions. I personally think he was a pretty good Doctor. And, you know, even at the time, I loved his portrayal. But yeah, all I'm going to say, though, is Chibnall had all of that. Right? In a way, he had that to contend with. But in a way, also, all of that had set up the platform. It set it up on a silver platter. There was very little that you could probably do to royally fuck it up, to the point where people would be like, what is this shit? And again, I'm not against, I keep saying this when I talk about, you know, Doctor Who, specifically Jodie's Doctor. I'm not against the idea of a female Doctor or someone who isn't a white man playing the Doctor. Obviously, anyone can play the Doctor. That's literally the whole fucking point of it. You can regenerate. Or she can regenerate now. The point is, they can regenerate. They can become fucking anything. They literally change on the cellular level. Of course, they can become fucking anyone. And I'm open to that idea. I reckon a lot of the people that, you know, they're trying to brand as, you know, fascists or fucking, oh, they're sexist. They're sexist, that's what it is. That's why they don't like Jodie's Doctor. No. There's literally a full ass, like, I think it was like 5 or 6 hour long video, edited. Like, that's not like live, that's fully edited content on why Jodie's era was so bad. Her era had only just basically started by that point. It was like 1 or 2 of her seasons had been out. How? And I will give credit to Jodie. She is a great actress, and I'm sure she was trying her best with what she was given. But as I said earlier, when you're given the toilet bowl completely filled to the brim with shit, and you're told to take the sweet corn out and make a nice meal out of it, it's still been shat out of your body. It still was shit that has gone through you. Again, sorry for the vivid image, but she wasn't really given anything. I feel sorry for her in a way. Like, as someone who's supposed to like set up the whole female Doctor thing, to really like push it into the limelight, you know, like, oh, it doesn't just have to be men, like it can be women, and I'm all for that if it's done well, if it feels like we're actually watching the Doctor instead of some bland Chinese like rip-off version, you know, like it's sort of like the Transformers, you know, you've seen those like those packets where there's like deformed car instead of Transformers, like the knockoff versions, the bootleg versions. It's sort of like that, but Jodie's era of Doctor Who is the deformed car. I'm gonna call it the deformed car era from now on because fuck me, I could go on all day. But I'm going to stop it there because the people are probably fucking still skipping and they're probably like, oh, my finger hurts. How long is he going to fucking rant about this shit? Okay. There. Come back in. We finished. Your fifis aren't going to get hurt now, okay? I'm doing this I can't. I can't even look at the time doing like live stream on my phone. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. We've got all the whole Chibnall bad, Jodie not so bad, but still didn't really pull it through. Not that she really had much opportunity to, but we got all that out of the way. So welcome back. But yeah, so I've forgotten his fucking name. It's I'm just gonna call him the guy from Sex Education. Can we do that from here on out? Could I get away with calling him that? I'm not using any descriptors. I'm just calling him the geezer from Sex Education. That isn't the main geezer, like the main geezer, like Ace of Battlefield, obviously. But yeah, I'm just going to call him the geezer from Sex Education. A lot of people probably know him from that, so that's fine. Anyway, geezer from Sex Education. Very clearly a fucking competent actor. Like, he pulled it through with the first season. From what I've seen of the second season, was it the second season? I think it was the second season. Anyway, from what I've seen of his performance so far in Sex Education, magnifique, brilliant, like top tier shit, if you ask me. Not shit that we were talking about earlier. Again, the ones that don't like their fifis being hurt won't know about that, but us in the little club will. But yeah, top tier good stuff. I'm gonna say that instead of shit because the whole conversation that was already, that is a horrible image. Let's try and get past that image, shall we? But yeah, so he's clearly proven that he's a great actor, phenomenal fucking actor, and already, I mean, when Russell had his time in the TARDIS, or had his kind of key to the TARDIS, it's sort of like when you have multiple tenants in a particular house, but you're subletting different like parts of the house as like kind of like flats. Imagine that, and yeah, they're all equally a part of it, but it's still like different rooms and shit, right? Anyway, yeah, so different departments, all that and that. Anyway, yeah, so his time in the TARDIS, technically, I'm gonna say that just to, I don't want to fucking pause to think of the fucking words and shit. So yeah, anyway, his time in the TARDIS, he fucking proved. He proved without a shadow of a doubt that he is capable of bringing this show through, of bringing it forwards. Not just bringing it forwards, right? Like as it is now, right? Because Chibnall's kind of fucked up a little bit. Let's be fair, but it's still got quite a bit of notoriety. A lot of people still love the show. A lot of people loved Jodie's era for whatever reason. Again, I'm not going to go into detail about that. I'm not going to get your fifis hurt. But yeah, you like what you like. That's fine. Like what you like. That's cool. You enjoy your stuff. I'm not going to rain in your parade. I'm just going to have my little tangent bit where, you know, yeah, you can skip past that. But yeah, so he's proven himself in the past to be very fucking good, and he did it in a time where the show had been off the air for like, it was something ridiculous, like I think it was like 20 or 30 years by that point. It was a huge chunk of time though, and he revived it straight up like that. Lower budget as well. Like, imagine what he could do with the increased budget now. The fucking, you know, the actors that he can get on board. Like, he got to choose his actor. He knows who he wants to work with, and that is just amazing. Like, he already knows what he wants to do clearly. So he has an idea of where he wants to steer it, and that is promising. Again, I don't want to make a lot of like, oh, this is going to be great, it's going to do this. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to fucking jinx it. But what I will say is, it's looking promising at the moment. You know, there's a lot of good to look at from this. I've said in all fairness, so when Jodie's doctor was announced, I said, oh yeah, she was a great actress in Broadchurch, and I'm all for female doctors, so as long as it's done right, it should be fine. And I've sort of adapted the saying now, which is, how do they phrase it? It's this particular way they phrase it. It's something along the lines of like, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And that's what I'm gonna do. From what it seems so far, it looks promising, and that's what I'm thinking in my mind. But again, I don't want to jinx it, and I don't want to raise my expectations stupidly high. Even though again it's got Russell on it, which again isn't a guarantee, but it is definitely a good point to it. Again, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And I'm hoping for the best. I really fucking wish them the best. But yeah, it's looking promising. Lads, it's looking like a promising future. Now, there's something I want to tack on at the end of this Doctor Who bit as well. And I'll tack on something else after that as well, which isn't Doctor Who. But this bit of which is how I think that sex education guy is going to go about playing the Doctor. Because we've seen him in sex education, so there's two ways it could really go. He could sort of be like his up and bubbly personality from sex education kind of thing, but maybe change it up a little bit to adapt to who the Doctor is. So we might see a bubbly kind of personality. So think like when David Tennant's Doctor was being like really happy and energetic, mixed with like Matt Smith's like childlike at times, fascination and stuff and all that. Mix the two together and jumble it up a little bit in an awesome way, and that's one of the expectations that I'm sort of got in my head. The other one is he could go the opposite route and go, well, actually, you know what, let's have a really serious Doctor. Maybe one that's just come out as something big, or whatever, right? So, it's two ways he could take it. I'm interested to see which one he goes for. I personally, if you're watching this for some reason or somehow, bubbly one would be awesome. I love bubbly Doctors. I love the fucking Doctors that are like, hey, I feel the ones that you would be very justified in assuming they're on a metric ton of drugs, even though they're perfectly fine, they're completely sober. You would think half the time that they're on some sort of narcotic, and be justified in thinking so, but they're just very bubbly and very energetic personalities. And to be honest, it's fun to see that sort of thing on the screen. Again, you can have your serious moments with it, and it's been proven by like Russell and Stephen that that can be done, and that can be done well. So, mixing seriousness in between, I'm all for, but I do want to see the bubbly side really come out. All the jokes, all the good jokes come out as well. Again, like Russell has made those jokes. He's done well with jokes. So I do wanna. I'd love to see that. Now, the end of this. So if anyone's here for the Doctor Who stuff, that's all Doctor Who stuff. But I want to tack this on at the end, because this shit is fairly recent and it kind of merges in with the little subsection of anime news that I did for a bit, which is, and by the way, that there is where I stuck the camera when I was filming that, and it obviously didn't pick up the audio that well. I hope the audio is picking up well on this one, and it's 21 minutes, fucking hell. But yeah, basically, if you watch a fair bit of anime, you might have heard of Rising of the Children, and you might know what I'm about to talk about if you do watch the show, specifically in English dub, which I've said before, I'm a very avid watcher of dubs personally, because unless I'm going to get really invested in the show, I think it's worth me switching to sub. Most of the time I'll stay on dubs. Like, say a show's dub is only like one episode behind or something. It's like Spy X Family, right? Great show, but the sub is only really one episode ahead. So I'm like, I'll just watch dub. That's fine. I don't mind being an episode behind. Like, you're not going to get major spoilers by that point. Like, usually people wait a little bit. Anyway. Yeah, so, that bit aside, the English voice actor for Naofumi, the literal, like, main character, stage 4, I don't want to fuck this up, I think it's 4, stage 4, I believe it is cancer, or he's been diagnosed with it, I don't know. I'm hoping he's going to go through with these treatments and stuff. There's a whole GoFundMe that's been going on to raise money for his like bills and stuff. That's not done by him. That's done by like his management and stuff, I think. Some people, it's someone associated with him in some way, so they can actually get in contact with him and get all that money to him, and getting the funds that he needs really. And they weren't expecting this, but the anime community fucking blew it out the park. And I don't know if I can stick you guys down for a second there. I don't know. I'll see if I can stick you down somewhere for just a brief moment. No, I can't. Wait. Actually, no, I might be able to do that. There we go. To the anime community. And you can see what full ass fucking belly here. Brilliant quality. Yeah, you love to see a fucking fat twat looking like a boulder. Anyway, to the anime community for fucking knocking it out of the park, right? Like, being absolute, Dankula would say mad lads, but realistically you're all absolute legends. Like, the anime community raised collectively so far, from what I saw, over $100,000. That was just a random number that the people associated with Billy Kometz. That's the name of the voice actor. The voice is Naofumi, the English voice actor. Yeah, they just threw. They admitted that they basically just threw a number at the wall. They just were like, it's unlikely we'll reach this, but let's just chuck that there. No one has to donate, all that. Let's just put it there so if people want to, they can get those funds in. And the anime community blew it out of the park to the point where that number was reached in something ridiculous, like a few days or something. It wasn't even that. I think it was like 24 hours. It was something ridiculous, and I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, wow. I was blown away that that the anime community had just banded together and done that for this dude. And again, absolute legend in the voice acting community as well, Billy Kmetz. Like, he's done so much shit. Specifically, I know from Rising of the Shield Hero, but I think he's done some stuff from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I don't know everything he's done personally, but I know he's done a lot, and a lot of notable things that you will probably know him from if you do watch a fair bit of anime. But I know his voice from Shield Hero as Naofumi, and the guy, so fucking down to earth from what you can see in the video that he put out. He was like, even though he knew that he had this thing that he had to deal with, and that he had this thing that he had to fight, the way he dealt with it in the video was almost like two things that he did. First of all, he set up. First of all, you could tell he was trying not to like scare or upset anyone who was his fan. Like, he wanted his fans to kind of be not like calm about it, but like he wanted to keep them. He wanted to make sure they wouldn't be worrying about him, basically, like consistently worrying about him. So he was calm about it. He was all that, and also he set it up so. Like, a lot of voice actors go, oh, you know, I'm going to, well, not a lot, but there would be a fair few voice actors that might go, you know what, I'm just going to try and, you know, I'm a bit jealous that this guy's taking over my role, so fuck him, sort of thing. But mate, he was like, you know what, whoever comes next and does Naofumi's voice, like, you know, support him like you support him, you know, like, and, you know, really try and show them that you appreciate what they're doing. And, mate, the fact that he was that understanding, that awesome about it, considering the circumstances as well, fucking hell. I don't say this a lot. I use this sparingly, these sort of phrases here and there. The ultimate one that I rarely, if not have ever used. One absolute king. I'd never use like king or queen unless it's like ironic, but this is not ironic. This is probably the first, or one of the first times I've actually said king unironically. Absolute king. An absolute legend. That one I use a lot more, but an absolute legend of our time, in my opinion. Fucking brave fucker, I can say that much. If I was diagnosed with that shit, I would not be nearly that chill. Admittedly, he's probably like in the inside like, fuck me, what's this shit? Like, he's probably still shocked by it. He's in his mind, he's probably still sort of there like numb to it, you know? Like, he's still processing it, and he dealt with it like a champ. He didn't show it. He didn't fucking show it, and I think that's what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to put everyone that supported him and still support him at ease. At the end of the day, though, I wanted to tap this bit on because fucking hell, the guy is a legend. The guy's a king, and he deserves to be mentioned. So that's sort of like a tack on anime news kind of thing. I don't know if I'm going to do any more anime news as well. I don't know what I want to talk about. Most of the time when I do anime news, I get it from Anime News Network. Shout out to those guys. And yeah, I'm not even kidding. When I was up there reading that shit out, oh my god, the amount of takes I had to do, I'm not even kidding. It wasn't even that good a video looking back. I was still and still am very proud of like the fact that I edited it all myself and all that, right? And I'm still getting used to it. And I'm still getting used to editing and stuff. But yeah, I'll be looking at the video itself. Not like if I was to look at the video itself without knowing what I did to make that video and to try and get that out. Yeah, I'd probably be like, what the fuck is this? It looked like I'd probably think that it was some 5-year-old that made it on fucking Word in 2008. So yeah, admittedly it's not the best. It's one of my better editing though, admittedly. With the exception of the stuff that I made on my Xbox itself, because the Xbox had like its own thing that you could use to actually upload videos to YouTube and edit it on the Xbox, which is some of what I did. Like, if you look at some of my old videos, you'll see this thing go, sort of like scrolling thing at the bottom of the corner, and you're welcome to go back to like some, not my streams, but like my, because it won't be on streams, but on like some of my older videos that are still public, and check it out, because you'll see like a little thing going across the screen and say Xbox Gamer 222, which it was and still is my gamer tag. I tried changing it as well, so I was trying to see if like you could change it to say like add and Rawlyk and stuff. You could, or I think not on text, but it still said Xbox Gamer 222 and one bit of it or something. Oh my god. Even that was still better editing than the fucking animators. If I were to do it again, I would probably try and put a bit more like editing into it and take a bit more time with it. So if I am going to put any more videos out, it will probably be like a little bit between videos. Like it'll probably be me actually taking the time to try and put that effort in. I'm admittedly the Wattpad series, anyone that's actually fucking heard of it, little admission here, I don't actively work on that. I kind of forget about it for large periods of time, then remember it about almost midnight when I'm going sort of falling asleep, and then go, well, I'll deal with it in the morning, basically. So yeah, it's one of those things I keep pushing at the end of the day. Yeah, I will get round to finishing some of the episodes. I've got, I think it's I think it's like 2 or 3 more episodes, or chapters even, that I'm sort of finishing up. Or will be finishing up when I actually get round to doing that and not falling asleep on it. I think it's something like 7, including those chapters, that I've got ideas for what I want to do. I think I might also want to do like a little spin-off or so, say like a magic-centered universe. Again, a lot of random ideas, and I will admit, one of my problems is thinking of a new cool idea and going, ooh, pretty new lights, and not finishing up the stuff I've already got to do. So I will get round to it, for anyone that's thinking about that. And I guess to sort of end it off, either a month or a couple of months ago, I did a proper video, for 7 years on YouTube, but seeing as I've been getting into streaming more recently, and seeing as that and OBS specifically on that is, well, let's just say 0 FPS game. Yeah, it's OBS is absolute gobshite at the moment, so that's why I'm using my phone, and why it's just a normal like camera stream rather than some gameplay or some shit, right? But yeah, anyway, a month or a couple of months back, we we've been on YouTube for about 8 years now. Fucking 8 years, mate. I should be retired like that. I'm not gonna do YouTube stuff, but I still plan to do shit. I still want to do shit, but I'm just chilling. I'm enjoying it, and I'm just doing it at my own pace. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna do. I'm not a grinder. Like, that's the phrase that a lot of people use. Oh, you gotta be on that grind. You gotta have that grind set, man. No, I'm very much just doing it for fun, enjoying it, doing what I enjoy doing on the channel rather than forcing myself to do some bullshit. Right? I want this channel just to be me, as much as I possibly can. Me, unfiltered, uncensored, raw, uncut. Again, I think that's part of what appealed to me with streaming as well. Like, it was just raw, spur of the moment thing. And yes, a lot of stuff could probably be taken out of context. You could probably go into many of my previous streams and go, oh, that sounds bad, that sounds bad, that sounds bad out of context, right? You probably could. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. Like, I'm doing it because I want to have fun. I'm just, as I was saying in a lot of my descriptions on the internet, I'm just a twat mucking about on the internet for fun. That's literally my whole thing. I'm just here to enjoy myself. And if I can, you know, give other people some entertainment out of that, if I can get it so that other people enjoy themselves while they're here as well, then it's just a bonus, really. So yeah, 8 years. Fucking hell, I feel like a granddad. I do feel like an internet granddad. I really do. I mean, sometimes I actually do. Like, oh my god. Especially like on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. Twitter's kind of toxic, I don't give a fuck about that. But like Instagram and stuff, I'll just be turning around and someone do some, you know, maybe someone do some fuck shit that's considered normal now, or maybe someone use a word and it's like, what the fuck is that? In fact, not recently, like last year at some point, I learned a new word, based. I thought they were trying to say biased. I didn't know what the word based meant. So I was there. I mean, I still kind of don't, I'm still getting my head around it, but I know roughly what it means now compared to then. But then, back then I thought they just like autocorrect fucked up and put based as in like, you know, a base of something or whatever, right? Instead of biased. Because autocorrect, we all know how fucking shit that is. So I thought, you know what, maybe they meant to put biased, so I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of, I mean, how is it I think I put like, how is it biased or something like that. I won't take any shit on that day. I'd just woken up, mate. Also, if you're doing some fuck shit on the internet, any part of the internet, and I've just woke up, or I'm having a bad day, you will get the worst end of the stick. And I'm sorry to all those people who have gotten the worst end of the stick on some of my bad days, because oh my god, I've been a dick in the past. And there were quite a few examples of that. I reckon if someone tried to find them all, they'd probably find something and me taking something out of context and got at the time because I was tired as fuck or whatever, and going, so just taking it out of context and going, oh, dick, basically. Literally, I will look at a comment sometimes, not on YouTube, on my Instagram side, so someone responded to me, and it can be all, like, on Reddit, I think one was the main one I'm thinking of in the back of my mind, but one time I did it like in a particularly random thing. But yeah, I was just kind of lashed out, and I was like, I went ham. Well, not ham, I didn't like beat the guy up or anything, but I just kind of went crazy, basically. I think it was like really early, I think it was quite early in the morning or something. I was tired, I think I had a shitty day, and that doesn't fucking excuse me being a dick, but that's what I'm like. that's what I'm like in those moments. In those moments where I've either had like little to no sleep. So again, like little to no sleep if I've woken up in the morning or I've been awake all night, or whatever, and I haven't had any sleep. That's usually when I'm a bit of a dick. Or just if I've had a shitty day. Again, I'm fucking human. Guess what? I'm not a robot, boys. Whenever I click those fucking check marks, I'm actually me. I'm actually real. I'm the one clicking it. Who would have thought? But yeah. And again, like if I'm about to fall asleep or something and I'm fucking tired of shit, then and you say something, and if you say anything that's I could even interpret as like being a bit of a dick, I will first of all I'll be like, oh, fucking dickhead. Like under my breath. Well, not even under my breath, because I'm in my own home sobbing, but oh, dickhead. You know, like, and I'll be like, okay. Cunt. So, I won't put that. It would usually be related to what they said. But, and again, you can usually tell when I'm like joking or when I'm angry. So, I mean, actually, no. I mean, yeah, you can tell I'm serious. More so when I'm doing shit like this, but when I'm typing, that end. Yeah, I've just realised the end bit was supposed to be about Billy Cometz and this nice thing, but I've just fucking rambled on like usual. But hey ho, it is whatever. I've done it now. I'm doing it now. But yeah, when I'm serious or about something, or I'm angry about something, basically when I'm not taking the piss or happy or whatever, or not bubbly or whatever, then you won't see any like emotes or not even emoji. I don't like using emojis excessively, like a lot of people do, and for some reason, I don't know why, but a lot of people seem to prefer like the excessive emoji use, and I don't get it myself. Like it seems fucking cringe as fuck to me. Again, opinion, you know. Like it's a thing that people have. Twitter particularly into that. But yeah. So yeah, it just usually be full stop or whatever punctuation needs to be in there, but a lot of spelling mistakes or stuff, right? Because if I'm typing it really quickly, which I do on the phone, the amount of times I've had to edit something, so on like Reddit or YouTube or something, because I've typed so quickly that I've both made a bunch of mistakes and missed a bunch of mistakes on autocorrect's part. The combination of both making it look like a really shit 5-year-old nursery sentence, basically. And now I go back and I fucking edit it and stuff. Twitter, again, Elon, that poll, edit button, get on it. Because Twitter not having an edit button, the amount of times I've had to copy, like put my thumb on the screen and go, oh, fucking shit, and like fucking copy it all. And just to like change a few bits and then literally make the tweet again. Bloody hell, that has happened way more times than I care to admit. So there's that. But yeah, so you can usually tell when I'm serious, or when I'm like angry or whatever. Well, not angry, but just like a bit pissed or whatever. Basically when I'm not my usual bubbly or happy-go-lucky personality, or it's like, I'll make it sound like a fucking split personality disorder or some shit. Like there's two me's, one that's fucking pissed all the time. I guess in a way, everyone has their own personalities, but point is, most of the time I'm somewhere, you know, I try and look at bright side of shit, and I try and make jokes out of shit, even when sometimes that's considered the worst thing to be doing at the time, but hey, that's how I deal with shit. I joke and I laugh about shit. You know, that's how I cope. That's how I deal with shit. Well, one of the ways I cope. The other is self-explanatory, really, but yeah, so and when I'm like happy, or when I'm conveying like some like sort of goofy or bubbly or whatever, you can usually tell because I do the fucking emoji things that aren't actually emojis. Like I'll put like colon P for like a sort of like cheeky kind of like smile thing, almost like a yeah, that. I'm not gonna try and recreate it properly because I would look like a fucking retard. But you know the one I'm on about. But you can't do that on Twitch because it comes up with a bunch of random shit that you don't want, or it'll put the actual emoji, which looks like I'm fucking sticking my tongue out at someone, like that shit, right? Which obviously I don't want to be fucking like making like a cheeky little sentence or whatever, and have it's supposed to be like a goofy like tongue out to the side of the face, and it just him sticking his fucking tongue out at someone like nah sort of shit. Like, yeah, no, Twitch, no. It's not the worst thing that's happened on Twitch, obviously, but it's a grievance that I won't get fucking sniped from across the room for. So that's good. And admittedly, all of the shit that I will probably say in streams and stuff, I don't monetize this shit as well. I think for obvious reasons. If I even tried, I mean that's the thing. I'm pretty much against monetization for the most part. Like whenever I'm watching a video and I'm like, oh, this is a cool video, you know, like even if I like it, I will still sort of have that moment like where the ad pops up and I'll be like smiling and my face will actually just immediately drop. Like it'd be like, really? Like it's the worst timing as well. So I'll be like, oh, this shit again, sort of thing. Even in cases where it's a video that I actually enjoy, and I don't mind keeping ads on for it and stuff. And I don't know if there's an ad block you can get for your phone. I haven't researched into that shit. I only really use ad blocker on my laptop. Because, yeah. Anyway, I've really fucking rambled at the end of that, didn't I? I swear, how long is it now? About 50 minutes. By about 20 minutes in, I'd said everything I needed to say. But I rambled on for like almost 30 minutes about fucking sentences. The most boring shit. If I become a boomer, mate, I better fucking not have. As long as I don't become a Kyle. Not like changing my name to Depop, but like you know, like there's Karens and there's Kyles, like the same thing basically, but different genders. As long as they don't become a car, I don't really care if I'm considered boomer or old or whatever. I still try and learn shit. Like if there's shit I don't know, I will still try and go out my way to learn some of the new shit that's happening. But yeah, if it's some bullshit, I don't want to know it. I've deleted TikTok, and this probably won't have much of an effect on TikTok me saying this, because I'm a small channel that can actually get away with saying shit that I actually want to say. Free speech, fun, isn't it? Also, shout out to Count Dankula, constantly fighting for free speech, even when it isn't free speech, isn't stuff he wants to hear. He will still fucking listen to it, and he will still like respect their freedom to say that. And from what it seems like at the moment, Elon Musk is also trying to advocate for that same freedom of speech. Again, Elon, again, you're probably not fucking watching this at any point in history, but if somehow you do stumble across this video, do we have flying cars yet? It's probably about 2035-ish by the time you see this, at least. So yeah, if you are seeing this come back with a time machine, that would be amazing. The time, that would be good if I had the time. I can't tell you what the time is. I don't even know the fucking date, which is saying something, mostly about my sleeping habits. But if somehow you're watching this, mate, respect, utter respect for your dedication at the moment to free speech. If that shit changes, then yeah, I'll have something in the comments or in the description saying, guess what? Man flipped. Man flipped like my fucking bazaar and auction house pretty much every day. But so far, he's been pretty solid on it. He literally bought Twitter for multi-billions to try and change the platform into something that's free speech and advocate for that. And I've got to hand it to him. Doing that shit just in the name of freedom of speech. I mean, there's probably some other reason as well that we don't know about. I'm not suggesting something malicious or whatever, but it's probably like, it's never just like, oh, I like freedom of speech. In a case like this, it wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, I like freedom of speech and I'm gonna spend multi-billions on this company just to advocate for that freedom of speech. It's probably something that he thought about and considered while about like to do with the purchase, but I don't believe that that's probably his only reason. There's probably a bunch of reasons that collectively made him think, I will do this, basically. You know what? I've rambled on for long enough. So instead, I'm going to cycle back to the king, to the legend, to the king, even. That order for dramatic purpose and fucking suspense and bullshit like that. Why do you need that? It's a video. Like, it's just about bullshit. That's what I do. But yeah, predicaments. Hats off. I don't have a hat on at the moment, and I look like a fucking guy that lives under a bridge, but especially with this, look how long it's gone. Like, look, it comes up to my fucking shoulders. I'm a bloke, by the way. I don't identify as any of that QIA thing. I know it's LGBTQIA. I think I have a little lovely, cute little plus sign, but I'm doing it to fucking push your buttons. Because I mean, it's not. I'm not gonna say I don't want you here. Obviously, I don't mind you like people being here, but if you're one of those ones that throws a hissy fit over people not sharing the same opinions as you, then yeah, I do want you to fuck off as soon as possible. Because not getting your own way and throwing a tantrum over it, yeah, you need to fuck off. This isn't the channel for you. We will be saying shit that you won't agree with, and that, well, I will agree with in a nutshell. But yeah, so we'll end it on, mate, Billy Kometz, the legend, the fucking king, right? The amazing story of that whole GoFundMe, because that was top tier anime, best anime moments ever. So, yeah, just a short little, I say short, for me it's short. I've done like 24, I've done a 24-hour stream before. 24 hours? No, I haven't done 24 hours. I need to do 24 hours at one point. In fact, that's the point. I didn't sleep last night. Not this night, because technically it's the morning now, but the night before either. That's not healthy. I really need to get some sleep, which will probably happen after a stream. But yeah. So yeah. All I have to say is, mate, keep being a king. Billy, keep being a king. Keep being the absolute legend that you are, because my god, you put so much joy into people's lives. And even when you're in a situation that's soul crushing for most people, and probably is for you as well, like whatever you put on to make people feel better, which you like putting something on to make people feel better is a good thing to do. It's a baller move to do, not baller. Just to emphasise that because of my accent, but yeah, it's a brilliant thing to do. It's a considerate thing to do. But realistically, I think both of us know that inside you're probably still processing this. You're probably still shitting bricks, and honestly, mate, the fact that despite that you're still trying to cheer people up, you're still trying to bring some joy to other people, even considering that. If I had a hat, it would be off. Amazing. You're amazing. The work that you've done in voice acting, absolutely phenomenal. We're lucky to still have you, and hopefully we'll continue to be lucky and continue to have you for much longer. Here's hoping. We're all fucking hoping. Some are praying, some are wishing, others are hoping, depending on whatever you believe in. Like, again, a lot of people believe in different things and some people believe in God, some people believe in fucking flat earth for whatever reason, but some people just believe that when you're gone, you're gone. There's no afterlife and all that. I'm one of those people. I haven't seen any evidence of it. But whatever our beliefs, I think we can all agree that we're behind you. That is one thing that will, I think, unite the anime community at this time. So, keep being a legend. Keep bringing that hope, because we fucking need it. We're depressing sods. But no, mate, you're incredible. And admittedly, I don't think you'll ever stop being incredible. However much you try to, even if you tried to be a dick, I reckon you'd still be an incredible person, regardless. Anyway, have a good one, dudes. And as always, I will say I will see you later in the next one, and then fumble about with the screen for a bit until I realise how the fuck this shit works. Anyway, I will see you dudes. As he fumbles about on the screen to find out which was the real thing here. I think it's that X button there. Well, see you dudes in the next one. There, see? Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes, that's why I clicked it. Bye, boys.